I looked out the window. This is the longest light in the universe. I looked out the window this evening. I was watching football with my wife, and I said, it's snowing bad. We got literally, I don't know, if it's not a foot of snow, it's pretty close. Fell. Now, I live in an area that's, it's in town, but at the same time, it's one of those little streets that are kind of off the beaten path that never gets shoveled or the last one that the snow plow goes through. There's a better chance of skiing down it early in the morning than there is driving down it. And I look at the door and I said to my wife, it's not snowing on the other side of the border. It might be in New York, I suppose, but as you get closer to Ohio, like Cleveland and Pennsylvania, it's rain. And well above freezing. I said, I should go now because in the morning, if I leave early, it's still pretty treacherous conditions, I would suspect, leaving in the morning from here and driving there. Not to mention, for those of you who know where I live, or those of you who know highways in Ontario close to the farm, to go down the 403 and then get close to the border, whether the border's open or not, there's still a lot of traffic on there in the morning. I suppose if I left at like 5:45 or 6 o'clock, which I would have to anyway, I suppose, it would be okay, but again, you're looking at a really long drive. The first part of that drive would be horrible conditions. So I just left tonight. I'm going to have to take my time and drive slow all the way to the border, pass through New York as it starts to loosen up and lighten up with rain. Then I'll be all right. But I would still rather leave tonight. So I left, put the kids to bed and left, headed out. Now I was riding a little bit of a high because, that's right, I got a drink. Stonebridge Symba raced great. You could see, I'd said to somebody earlier in the week, anytime this horse ever switched barns, he raced well. Remember when he went from Virgil's to Jason's, he won. Second start, I believe. Went from Jason's to Tim's, he won. Raced well all throughout the summer. Somebody said, maybe he's just tired. Maybe. He's an aged horse. They don't act like 2- and 3-year-olds, right? Sometimes a little shake-up will freshen them up a little bit, much like us, right? A change of scenery, a change in your routine sometimes freshens you back up. And Stonebridge Symba definitely looked fresh tonight. The way the race set up, if that guy in the 2-hole keeps the hole filled coming to the half, he's most definitely in the winner's circle. Anyway, just got beat at the wire by Big Box Hanover. But a great mile from him, and Billy said he was very good after. Now we're in a great position. We're in the driver's seat, as they say. He has got, next week, he will have less than 4 weeks of allowance left. And after this claiming series, he will have very few options to race in other than I guess maybe they write a 25 claimer regularly. I don't know. That or the Open. And as Billy said, he's not quite an Open horse here at Northfield. He's a good horse, but not quite an Open horse. Next week, his claiming price is $27,000, which means to claim Stonebridge Symba next week, let me just do the quick math. Don't quote me on this, but it's pretty close. 27.5 next week, I believe, or 27. Still has 25% allowance for the remainder of 2020. So 27, 13, 6, 34, 33, 34,000 US would be to claim him. And it likely will, if he draws good, way he raced tonight, his class went 2 seconds and 1/5 faster than any of the other divisions. If he looks like he did tonight, he should be first or second, I would think, which puts him really close to 40 US to buy Stonebridge Symba next week. That's an impossible figure not to sell him at. So, and it's a very difficult proposition to buy him at $34,000, knowing that this is the only place to race him right now, and also knowing that his allowance, that 25% allowance, leaves January 1st. It's a tough cookie right there. That is what you call being in the driver's seat. It is a great place to be. And could they claim him? Yeah, I suppose after tonight they could. Would they? Maybe. He's now left with Billy Rhodes, who is the guy that would claim him. He's one of the top claiming guys in top training stables in Northfield and the Meadows. And so he's out of the running to claim him. Not to mention he raced 3 horses tonight and nobody claimed them. So with the uncertainty in the air, you have that curfew in Ohio, that uncertainty going on. do you want to jump in and grab Stonebridge Symba for $34,000 US? Maybe. I don't know. It's up to you. But it's a good place to be, put it that way. The position we're in with Stonebridge Symba, as I said, could be categorized as the driver's seat. Now, you could say to yourself, well, we claim him, then, you know, he jumps to 30 grand as a claimer the next week. Now, before you say, what if we don't race him next week and just race him in the third leg, you have the second leg claiming tag on that horse if you do that. So you can't hide from that 27.5 or 27 or whatever it is. So we race him next week. Nobody takes him. It costs 30, which is 37 to claim him in the third leg. Right? 30. Yeah, 37.5 to claim him in the third leg, and then you can't claim him in the final. But again, here's a horse that has been, as Johnny pointed out the other day, is he not tired? This horse has been going all year, right? All year. This horse raced before the lockdown in Ohio, remember? He was with Virgil. So this horse has literally been going for a year. And I like the position we're in with Stonebridge Symba. It's a good place to be. Now there's going to be some, you know, I know Kenny's out there. I know you're out there, Kenny, saying, oh, please, I don't want to lose him. As I said to Kenny the other day, I'm fairly certain you can replace Stonebridge Symba for the price that he claimed for. I mean, put it this way. If he wins next week, I don't know if they have 30 or 40 claimers. If you wanted to just roll it all back in and claim one at Yonkers, claim one at the Meadowlands, claim one Philly, wherever the hell you want to claim one, we could do that. And that horse, I would bet, is a little bit better horse than Stonebridge Symba. Take nothing away from Symba. He raced great tonight. So that's the position we're in right now with Stonebridge Symba. Now, keep in mind, this is the first time I ever saw this. You don't have to pay to declare. So this isn't a nominated claiming series. There could be a whole brand new crew of horses come in next week. Don't think for a second that Ron Burke's going to be okay. You can be sure that classy horse, he might just dump him in for 15 and stuff an even better horse in there next week. So this group that you saw tonight is not necessarily the group you're going to see next week. So that's another thing to think about. So anyway, I'm very, very happy with Stonebridge Symba, very happy with the way this has gone so far. It is definitely favorable for us, for you, for me, the stable.ca. And in regards to claiming a horse, had a couple of people reach out, but not nearly as many as I thought would. Do you not want a claiming horse out there? Do you not want to claim a horse? I talked to Billy after the race, and I said, you know, he must watch the videos too. He said, you know, are you guys not claiming a horse? I said, thinking about it. I said, you know, rest assured, I guess if we claim a horse, it'd go to you. You know, any input would be good. He gave me a couple of names to watch, a couple of names he was looking at. He said the 25,000 pacer, don't bother, I can't take them. I have 3 in there already, which is good to know. So we'll see what else is out there. But if you guys want to jump in and grab a claimer, grab a horse in the second leg, let me know. Now would be a decent time to do it, I believe. A favorable time to do it. So we could look into that, no problem whatsoever. I had a couple of people message me yesterday after the qualifier. Said the horses look terrible. Off-road Hanover, #1 rule, get the horse around. Mario got him around, no problem. Really Blue Chip, I trained her in 2 minutes last week. I just asked Travis to go easy with her. This is a filly that doesn't eat good. Keep in mind, there's more at play than just speed with Really Blue Chip. I'm trying to keep the weight on this filly, keep her moving forward. I feel a little rattle in this wheel. I know it's a snow. Son of a bitch. So I'm not worried about Really Blue Chip. Fred Wolf and I own almost all of Really Blue Chip, and I'm certainly not concerned. I know what she did at the training center the other day. For whatever reason, if she was a little lackluster at Flamborough, so be it. I don't care. She'll be back next week. She'll race next week wherever we want to race her. And Off-Road Hanover is going to fit a maiden at Flamborough or London, one or the other. I think you'll probably see Blue Monk and Set the Mood come back again for a second qualifier next week. But overall, it was a really, really good week this week. A little quiet because we didn't have as many horses racing. Cruising in Style was flat. I talked to Kevin afterwards. We're switching. He's on his way out Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, hopefully. He'll be heading to Tim Twaddle's barn at the Meadows. And if it doesn't work out at the Meadows, then we can shuffle him right down. I said to somebody the other day, they messaged me and said, you know, did you and Andrew have a falling out? Absolutely not. I didn't have a falling out with Andrew. It's just we haven't really hooked up in the last little while. But make no mistake, Cruising in Style could most definitely be going to Andrew Harris But I do want him to go. I do want him to go to Tim's first and see if he fits in there. If he doesn't, no harm, no foul. He can head right down the road, keep going right down the road to Andrew's barn, and I'm sure Andrew would take the horse for us. So that's cruising in style. Donadover is coming over here for Kevin McMaster. Kevin's going to love this horse. He can really, really dance. And we have a number of other horses that are now getting ready to go. Either they qualified or schooled. Won My Heart Hanover, trained in 2-2 at the farm on Saturday. I was happy with the way she looked. I saw her go. Everything is going good. It's going good. Every year this time, I got a lot of stress, whether it be, financially trying to put the sale money together or, trying to figure out which horses are coming and going and where they're going to race and what we're going to do. I'm happy. I don't know if I've ever been as happy as I am right now. We bought the horses we wanted to buy all summer long. Yeah, we didn't get all the horses we wanted, but the ones we got were the ones we wanted. We got some really, really good pedigrees. What about Plunge Blue Chip last night, winning the TVG final? We got her brother in the barn. That was pretty cool. And her other horse, Crystal Fashion, was fourth in the other TVG. That is the full brother to Will to win Hanover. It's funny, if you don't win, people just don't notice. So, Crystal Fashion's full sister's in the barn. The group, there's one share left in the winter group. If somebody wants it, I guess we could probably work something out. I do want to get it sold out, and I will be reaching out to our Ohio clients this week to see if, when we get everything cleaned up, hey, Ohio is our bread and butter. Ohio is a big stomping ground for the stable.ca. Ohio has a ton of our clients and our horses in it. Are there any Ohio clients out there that would like us to put together a group with them also? I got some pretty interesting race horses we could put in there. I like the idea. Clearly you guys like the idea. So that's something we can shoot for also. Anyway, I'm on my way to Washington, Pennsylvania. I will get to the hotel at the Meadows at a little after 1 a.m. I will get up in the morning and I will race all day tomorrow. I will leave the Meadows. I will drive to Buffalo. I will fly out of Buffalo. Had a little scare on the weekend. As I said, there is a quarantine in place for Pennsylvania. If you're visiting, I talked to the airport and made it very clear that I wasn't visiting. I was driving through, but I didn't want to get turned back or get in trouble or cause anybody any anxious moments, especially the Jazzy Judy group. I want to make sure that I was okay to do that. Otherwise, I don't know what I would have to do, but it would be a lot more work, regardless of what it was. And the airport staff, a little confused themselves as far as who had to quarantine and who was officiating that. But more than not, the lady on the phone was very, very nice, very helpful. And it appears that I am not under quarantine status because I am not staying. I'm flying into Philadelphia. Now, if anybody asks when I drive to the Meadows, if they ask about that quarantine, I have a negative COVID test within the next 72 hours. I received the results late Friday afternoon, so I'm okay in that regard. But when I go back to Buffalo, flying to Philadelphia to drive to Dover, I thought there was going to be a problem, but it appears there isn't. So it should be smooth sailing from here on in. Across the border, drive at the Meadows, back to New York, fly to Philadelphia. Greg Schoner is going to pick me up. My buddy Greg is going to pick me up, take me to Dover. And if anybody's in the, and I don't know what the restrictions are, I'm getting in to Philadelphia at noon. If Greg or any of other clients would like to go have a meal before the races in Dover, I'll be around. I always like, COVID or not, I always like, hanging out with our clients. And, obviously there's restrictions. Everybody knows that. But I like hanging out with our clients, especially in a safe manner, and just talking about what's going on. And that's what I love also about traveling, is interacting with you. So if you're in the area, the greater Philadelphia area, the GPA, on Tuesday afternoon, and you want to get a bite to eat, let me know. I'm sure Greg eats every day. Most people do. So we can probably accommodate. Anyway, as I said, long drive ahead of me. I'm happy to do it. Happy to make the drive. I'd like to see tomorrow end up well. Changing of the guard. It's important that we get him back on track. A bottle of red and Oso Pine Hopefully, we'll just need maybe one more. I don't want to be optimistic and say they'll race this week. I would suggest, conservatively speaking, they'll race next week. Looking for a strong schooler on Thursday, though. So, going to meet with Tim tomorrow, race some horses, and then Jazzy Judy on Tuesday. And quite frankly, as I said in my video the other day, I know Tim wants me here, and it is great to be wanted. It really is. But I think Tuesday's going to be it for a while, just with everything tightening up and the restrictions in place and the concerns around traveling. Obviously, they're a little heightened now, and I think the governments maybe are putting a little scare into us because Christmas season is coming, Thanksgiving from our wonderful American friends and clients. But safety first, everybody. The vaccine is coming. If you're one of those people that don't want it, save me some of yours, because I'm getting it. I guarantee you that. Talk to you guys soon. I hope you had a great weekend. It ended up a great weekend for us. Stonebridge Symba just nipped at 55. Back at it next week. Take care.